Hurricane Milton has struck the west coast of Florida, bringing torrential rain, high winds, reaching speeds of 120 miles an hour. The storm has ravaged buildings. More than 2 million people are without power.
British couple Jamie and Rachael Fearn are currently on holiday in Orlando with a group of family and friends, including their 3-year-old son, Max. And we spoke with them just before the hurricane made landfall. They were hunkered down in their hotel room, where they'd been moved to a higher floor.
This is truly an act of Mother Nature that's coming in. It's out of our control. We've just got to ride it, I suppose. Wow, there's 11 of us in total. You know, there's my other half of my family here. They're doing fine, but a few of our other friends are not so much doing fine.
Suffer really badly from anxiety and stuff like that.
This is their worst nightmare.
Elsewhere in Orlando, British mother Sharon Keeble lives with her daughters and has chosen not to evacuate, and that she joins us now. I think it's probably 3 in the morning, just after where you are. How is the weather outside? How is the storm? Is it? Does it feel as though things are getting more intense?
It does. Apparently, we have like the tail end of some kind of a system, and it's really, really windy. You might be able to hear it. It's hammering on my windows and my roof. I have 2 massive trees in my front yard, and it's really, really hammering them. So yeah, it's bad.
Sharon, just give us an idea of where you are, what kind of house you're in, where the safest place to be is, what sort of precautions you take, who's with you.
So I have my 2 daughters and also my 4 dogs. We're all in the middle of the house. We've deemed that the safest place. We've boarded up all the windows out the back and onto my patio, which leads onto my lounge. So it's taken us a couple of days to get the place ready. So we think we're okay, but obviously we're not going to know till the morning. I feel like we're going to lose a lot of branches, a lot of limbs. Also the roof, it's been hammering on the roof. I'm expecting to have lost some of the roof.
Gosh. How do you know what to do? You know, how to keep the house safe, where to go? Is there guidance from the government, from the state, online? Is it something which you and the family have experienced before? I think for many of our viewers, they wouldn't quite know what to do.
Right. So, I mean, we are used to having hurricanes here. The last major one that hit us was in 2017. So we do get hit. We have an emergency planning department in Lake County, which is where I live. I have a single-storey home. I'm not in a flooding area, so that's really good. However, we've had so much rain, my pathway outside is flooded right now. But we get a lot of guidance from the state, from local authorities. So you're not just left on your own. It's great. The help is amazing.
What's the advice to you where you are that if you can, get out? Yeah.
So, yes, we were advised, if we can, to get out. However, we're not near the water, so we are definitely a lot safer inland, thankfully. I feel terrible for the people on water because I feel like they're not going to escape any of this because the rain is so heavy and the wind as well. So I know a few people though who have left, and I did have the opportunity to leave to go with a very good friend of mine in Virginia, who actually, she was hit by Hurricane Helene, but everywhere the roads out of here were gridlocked, so we chose to stay.
And because you have 2 grown-up daughters and you have 4 dogs. I mean, trying to take out of your home and get to a place of safety with that many people and things, animals, in a car would be quite a challenge. And other people will have, I don't know, horses or, you know, bigger animals that they need to transport is probably quite a big factor in your decision to stay put.
Absolutely. There's no way. We'd have had to have taken 2 vehicles, which is more gas. There's no gas anywhere around near me at the moment. Everywhere is sold out. So even if we would have left, we would not have got far. There were people who left on Sunday and Monday, and they got stuck with no gas on I-75, which is like one of the main roads north of us, and they got stuck. So with all of that, with all of our dogs, we just had to stay, really. We also do have a horse at a barn, and we didn't want to leave him either, so...
No, completely. I think any animal owner, any pet owner would feel the same. You want to stay behind because otherwise the alternative, you know, you just can't think about it. Can I also ask, Sharon, this is a very sensitive question, but we've seen on social media people writing their phone numbers and the phone numbers of next of kin and their names on their arms. Now, that feels like a really sensitive, grim thing to do, but is that just something that people do because it's a fact of what might happen? Or let's just see if we can just stick with the line. The reason that Sharon's not answering is because obviously the line is frozen. Let's just see if we can re-establish that line to Orlando. What
we could do is have a quick word with Laura and hopefully we can get Sharon back. I mean, the question I was going to ask Sharon was, where she is she through the worst or is the worst still to come?
So the hurricane at the moment is 30 miles south of Orlando, so 30 miles south of where she's living, tracking its way eastwards. So I'll talk you through what's happening, but it's worth saying Disney World is in Florida, and for the 9th time they closed because of extreme hurricanes. And in their 53-year history, they are closed today for only the 9th time of a hurricane. And this is how extreme this storm is set to be. So first of all, let me just show you what's happened and why. So the storm was a Category 5 out in the Ocean of Mexico and then heading its way towards the coast. It made landfall last night at 1:30 UK time as a Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles an hour. That is how strong the winds were, constantly with gusts of up to 150 miles an hour higher than that. So let me show you what it looked like overnight. There was a huge storm surge with inundations. So we had winds of up to 150 mile an hour gusts, and then the water was literally sucked from the bay inland with this huge inundation. We can see these images here. This is inland with all of this colossal amount of water. Let me show you what's going to be happening next. At the moment, the track takes it right the way through Florida. It is pummeling both the west and the east coast right now. This is its current position, and it's moving its way eastwards. So it's just south of Orlando. So the west, where it made landfall, the winds are starting to ease here. But right along this east coast, the rain is building up and the winds are ramping up as well. We have had record-breaking rainfall totals. We have seen for some areas over 12 centimetres of rain in just 1 hour, which is a once-in-a-thousand-year return period. We've also had thunderstorms and tornadoes embedded within that, and they had 129 tornado warnings in Orlando yesterday, which is the most that they have issued in one day. So the storm in the west is easing, but in the east it's set to get much worse.